everyone. Welcome to No Movies in Hell. I'm Chris Geiger.
I'm LaQuas Scott, and today we are reviewing Jonathan Glazer's Sexy Beast.
I watched this movie a long time ago, like back in the day when you were still renting DVDs and watching them at home. I couldn't remember. We had talked about it recently, and I couldn't remember exactly what happened in the movie. And as I was watching it again, I realized it's because I turned it off. Part of the way through, I never watched the whole thing because Ben Kingsley's character was so annoying that I was at home. So I was like, I'm not watching the rest of this. And I turned it off.
Oh my gosh. That's so great to hear, though. Like, yeah, it's definitely a different character for Sir Ben Kingsley. I was not prepared whatsoever, other than being told, you should see this film since you like Under the Skin, since you like Jonathan Glazer, and with Zone of Interest out now, I should watch it. And it's from 2004. I know Jonathan Glazer because he did the Jamiroquai Virtual Insanity music video, and I was obsessed with like music videos at the height of music videos between the late 80s and late 90s. So seeing the special effects and knowing what he does was very formative to me. So when he started to move from like music videos, I think he's done Radiohead, a number of different like very popular artists, and then moved over to like commercials and then moved over to film. Yeah, for me, the first movie was Under the Skin, and I thought it was incredible. So going back to this one, I was like, oh, this is interesting. Like, this is very different. I did not know what to expect. You have someone as, I guess, of that, like, just, I don't know, acting stature of Sir Ben Kingsley, and then his behavior just does not match, but that's why he's an actor, right?
We had talked about Sexy Beast a little bit when Zone of Interest came out.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to see American Star, which was at IFC recently, when Ian McShane was there to do a Q&A, which was awesome. Mm-hmm. And somebody said that he was in Sexy Beast. And I was like, I don't remember that. But I think it's because I turned it off before. I feel like,
his scene.
Like, shouldn't I have seen him or remembered him from that? But it's because I turned it off before he shows up in the movie. So I was glad to revisit it. I liked it. I was glad I hung in.
Okay.
there this time and actually made it to the end.
You didn't Aftersun it.
I did not Aftersun it. Although I did once. So to be fair, you might revisit Aftersun in 20 years and be like, I'm glad I finished this, even though I didn't the first time around.
Maybe.
I think to be fair, it's when you're watching things at home, it's easy to bag out.
That's very true.
Yeah. Where I think you bagged out from the theater,
at the movie theater
for Aftersun. Yeah. So I think the only movie I've ever walked out of, like a theater. You know what? I can't remember if I've ever walked out of a theater. I really wanted to, though, during Thin Red Line.
Okay. I haven't seen that movie. So interesting. I feel like I hear so many things about it.
And I haven't gone to a Terrence Malick movie since then.
Huh. Interesting.
So let's go to the slides. All right. So 23 and 24. I gave acting higher marks. You gave cinematography higher marks.
Yeah, I did. There were a couple of really cool shots. I guess the pool, and there's this moment where when the character's and his wife, and it's like kind of layered, and I was just like, oh, this is like a really cool scene. And the fact that like at first I wasn't sure if this was like a good choice when it came to, I guess, the film, but it had a bit of a graininess. It was kind of like a grit. So I was like, oh, this is an interesting style choice. But overall, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought the thing I think that I took points off it, the rock rolling down the hill looks so fake.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
And I know this was 20 years ago, and things have advanced significantly. And maybe if they were to do it today, it wouldn't look as fake, but man, that was bad.
Yeah. No, it was really bad. And also, I don't know, rabbit or beast character that keeps on popping up. And like, there's no explanation whatsoever. I wish that there were a little more explanation about that. I'm like, oh, that's the sexy beast.
Yeah. I assumed he was like that the rabbit was there because of the rabbit they were hunting in the beginning.
Mm.
So it just like it was the closest animal form that he had in his brain to like bring forward. But I could go with your interpretation as well. I would recommend this,
Mhm.
but I would recommend it to people with the caveat of like you have to get through like Ben Kingsley's like a initial few scenes because they are off-putting.
Yes, I have to agree. I wonder if somebody out there has like the count of obscenities that he's not a very influential person, even though he goes to Spain and he tries to get this man to do another heist and it doesn't work out very well. But the man ends up doing it anyway.
Right, right, right.
uh so yeah, it was just interesting. I guess I was not prepared for it to be kind of like a crime thriller. So I just kind of went into this not knowing much about it but I was like, okay, thought that it was a pretty good film.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have anything to plug in this episode?
Yes. By the time that this is published, we'll have done closed the first Flame Awards. So we will be tallying up who are the winners for 2023's ceremony. So very excited, and thank you all to those who have voted, supported us.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.
Bye.